Hello and welcome to the worst podcast on the internet, muted by accident. Today, we're going to be talking about the current state of gaming.
Welcome back, everybody.
Hello,
I'm glad
Paul.
everybody's back today. Look at this. A full
Man,
room
holy shit.
full of people. This is something different.
Crew back together.
But yeah, we are back together. And today, like Rob said, we're going to be talking about the current, past, and future of just gaming in general. And what we used to have and what we don't have anymore. So I know Tony said he wanted to start this off. So if you want to kick it off here for the people.
Yeah, so the first topic I kind of wanted to go into, since we're kind of just doing an overall thing here, is we're going to start off with, what game collector's editions used to be and what they are now. And I had a really big one I wanted to talk about.
You better not be on mine.
Starting off of, the worst of the collector's editions. And if you've played video games, you know what video games are. You've heard of Fallout 76.
Oh,
I don't have
what a start! What a start!
Don't have that.
There was a whole meme behind this called the canvas bag scandal.
Oh, I remember this. I remember this.
Fallout 76, when it released, came out with an edition called the Power Armor Edition. Excuse me.
Okay. Yeah.
With this Power Armor Edition, it was pretty cool. You got like a couple of little knickknacks there. You got a literal full-size helmet, like a Power Armor helmet, which actually fits, so that was good. But they also told everybody that they were going to get this canvas bag that was going to come with it. That was going to be part of the whole collector's edition.
Super sick bag, by the way, when they showed the pictures.
Yeah. And when they shipped it, it ended up being a fucking high school drawstring gym bag that you would have. And everybody shit on the quality of that collector's edition. One of the worst collector's editions I've ever seen.
Okay, well, to be fair, they thought they were going to get a lot more money from pre-orders, but turns out nobody wants to play a Fallout game where there's no NPCs.
I gotta look this up.
It's horrible.
I hate to say it because I actually really like that game.
Well, look,
It was a decent game, but I completely get what you're saying. Like that whole thing was a lot of promises and a lot of empties.
Yeah, I will say though, I will piggy bank off of Tony though, because
piggy bank or piggy
bank. Dude, it's late. It's late. Look, I will jump on what Tony said. Yes, it might have been a shitty canvas bag, but at the end of the day, for the price that you paid for that versus what you get nowadays, you honestly were still getting a fucking bang for your buck. Because, I'll throw one at you. I'll throw one at you.
Expensive.
This one pissed a lot of people off recently, and this is a current title. So 007 First Light Legacy Edition cost $300 USD. First Light Legacy Edition 007.
Oh,
the newest James Bond game. $300 USD. Right?
That's crazy.
Comes with physical game disc. Wow, because we don't get that much anymore. A gold-plated gun display replica. Sounds so cool, right? Cool. It's like, oh, that sounds sick. Until people took it out of the box and found out it was a half of a plastic gun glued to a essentially cardboard box.
Trash. No.
Nice.
You gotta load that up. You gotta put that.
I'll put a picture of it.
Yeah,
but
put that picture.
People that know this was a literal, not even a half. It was technically a quarter cut of a plastic golden gun. It came with a steelbook and a magnet. $300 USD.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
Now, Tony, I don't know. Real quick, Tony, though, how much was that Fallout 76 bundle, if you know? Or could you just check?
Around $200-something.
Okay, so $200-something, and you got a fully wearable helmet, along with, I imagine, a bunch of other shit.
The one with the helmet.
Right?
The helmet was cool. Everybody praised the helmet. The helmet was really cool.
But to think that was $100 less? And you got a way better product. The bag, even though it was a shit bag, you still got it. And I guarantee you got a steel book and some map and other shit, I imagine, too.
I have a great idea to
photo of
the Fallout New Vegas one was good.
I got a cool idea for how we can run this one, right? So I mentioned what I considered one of the worst collector's editions, right? We can do like a whatever somebody thinks is the worst and the best one, right?
Well, I kind of have it like this. I have some of the greatest old collector's editions because old collector's editions actually were collector's editions versus what we're getting now, which I can throw a few your way. I have a whole list of them in front of me here.
Fuck you.
Or the Halo 3 collector's
Dude,
you know I'm going to bring up Halo.
That is I was going to say that was my favorite one.
Are we talking about the Halo 3 Legendary Edition?
My two favorite are the Halo 3 Legendary.
I
got one.
The helmet. I wish it was wearable. That was the only downside was that it wasn't like a wearable helmet.
But I will say, Rob, to follow up with that,
I got a cool one.
That came with the helmet, the game disc, bonus disc, a legendary DVD, art book, and a storybook, and it costed $129.
Yeah,
$29 more than GTA's
my second
empty box.
favorite one would be the Halo Reach one.
Dude, that's what I was about to say.
Specifically,
that was my favorite collector's edition.
That's my first favorite because it came with the flames.
Bretsky.
It came with
a completely only limited to the collector's edition skin for the character, which was sick.
Yeah.
Then the book that it came with, I still have it.
And the model, remember the model? The fucking model of the Noble team? Like, dude. And I'm looking at it now, just the quality behind it. Like, even the back is fucking etched, and like just the detail behind it is like.
I got the book still sitting in my room here, dude. I read through that entire book. Like all of it basically explains like the purpose of a Spartan.
So to put this into context, you said that GoldenEye bundle was $300. Now. You said no.
You said
no,
GoldenEye?
It was retail.
Yeah, $300.
Oh, okay.
$300 First Light Legacy Edition 007.
So now I could get the Halo Reach Legendary Edition for the 360 complete in the box, unopened for $309 on eBay.
It's worth it. Compared to it now.
I would rather buy that. Maybe not unopened, just in the box.
Bretsky, what were you going to say? I want to hear what you had.
So, a nasty one actually was, so I forget which Call of Duty it was, but the one that came with the RCXD.
Yep.
Oh, dude!
Because you could it was actually functional, and it had the camera on the car.
Honestly,
and the video camera, like the LCD screen on the
I was going to say Call of Duty in a whole back in the
Modern
day
Warfare
was
2.
so good. Bro, my list
night vision goggles.
It's almost
the RCXD.
Yeah, the night vision goggles. I forgot about those
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Prestige Edition. It came with a fully functional pair of night vision goggles, a molded bust of Captain Soap, hardened edition steelbook case, art book, a hard book with concept art and so on, whatever, and also DLC for the original Call of Duty. Like, it came with all that.
And
I remember getting the collector's edition for Ghost.
I'd bring up
like the paracord.
Oh, the bracelet.
The hard case. Dude, I wore that paracord forever. I guarantee
the camera too, right?
At my house in Jersey, I still have that paracord.
That's crazy.
It came with all the stuff.
Came with a GoPro, basically. A Call of Duty GoPro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the worst Call of Duty one.
What the fuck happened to that?
Well, no, we're talking about good right now.
Well, I'll tell you the worst one.
What? The worst Call of Duty?
The World at War Collector's Edition.
Bro, I was.
What's that one?
Took
I
it,
forget.
Came with a tin,
It was a flask.
And it came with
the flask.
That's right.
It came with a metal flask. That was it.
Well,
and that was one of the rare.
I wouldn't say that's the worst because to be fair, that game that was probably like an extra $10 or $20 at the time.
But it also came with something. Like games don't come with shit no more.
And to be fair, that's something that you can use every fucking day. Like, to be fair, if you got that flash back then, you could theoretically still be.
Too.
I'm looking at it right now. It looks pretty decent.
It was cool. Well, I'll tell you this, Tony. You think that's really bad. The Invincible versus Collector's Edition that I think is out or coming out, $100 comes with a code in the box, no disc, 4 playing cards, and a comic book for $100. $100.
$100. Do y'all remember when Diamond and Pearl came out on the original DS? I think it was, and if you paid like an extra $10, it came with if you got, depending on which one you got, it was either Dialga or Palkia. They gave you like this gigantic stylus that you could use.
I do remember that, the tall stylus with the character on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was. I mean,
was cool.
It wasn't like crazy, but they didn't overcharge you so much, which was what made it, worth it. Like an extra $10 to get that was like, and it had the whole thing on top and all that. I still have both.
I think that just goes back to show like old games used to actually care a little bit. Like I said, I have a whole list of shit, but like another one back to Fallout. Funny enough, back in what was this 2015 when they did Fallout 4's Collector's Edition, that came with a whole ass Pit Boy for $119.
Oh yeah, dude.
Bro, $119.
But
you get a
throw it in there, though.
1-for-1 replica.
The thing is, though, with that Pit Boy,
it was a phone one. I know.
It was a casing. That's all.
But guess what?
You know what's
okay? So, but guess what? You're paying $119. GTA is $100. You don't even get a disc. $119.
What? Don't you have like a backpack or something in your room from a game, or was that a movie? I forget. It was either a game.
Oh, he has the baby from
Death Stranding Collector's Edition.
See, that's what I'm saying right there, bro. And that thing is crazy. Like
$200 for a life-size replica of the baby from the game.
Yeah.
A case, the cargo container that they use in the game, like one of the cargo containers, the tape that goes around the cargo container, a steel book.
You get a bunch of shit.
I think that was about it.
And the baby. I was like, I remember. I just couldn't remember if it was
from a
movie or a game.
It lights up. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
No,
New Game
it also came with a Ludens, which is his like mascot for his company. It's one of those popular, like the expensive Japanese figurines. Lou, you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep.
What the hell are they called?
It was
It starts with like an N, doesn't it?
Nandroid?
Nandroid. It was a Nandroid.
Yeah. There's like a new game struggle, bro. Like there's a couple. Like the other day, I had to pick this one up, right? Because I thought it was actually kind of worth it. But this is Tony Hawk with an entire skateboard.
Yeah, bro.
Like literally a full size.
I saw that one at Zoomies, actually. Believe it or not.
Well, you know what's really funny about
it? Die. He went into a room.
I'll tell you this.
No, maybe it was at GameStop.
Yeah, it had to been GameStop, but this board's exclusive to the actual.
Yeah,
game.
No, and it's just kind of crazy how everything has kind of gone to where it is now.
Well, that's what.
Resident Evil, the newest Resident Evil, wasn't terrible. Like their collector's edition wasn't terrible, but we're getting to a point now where things just don't
People
make
don't
sense.
care. You know what it is, though?
Remember the Overwatch collector's edition that just came with that like crappy statue?
Wasn't it like a Tracer statue?
No, it was the soldier.
Oh,
so it was like I think it was just like it wasn't even painted. I think it was just like black.
Yeah.
And I don't remember if it even came with like in-game stuff. It had to have, but
that's pretty fucking foul if it didn't.
Yeah, no, things are going downhill when it comes to that, and especially now we can get into one of the big topics as well.
Oh, it came with some in-game content.
Just now that we're getting to a point where they're going to go completely digital instead of having physical copies of things, what direction are they going to go? And like I said, that's why I brought it up to you, Tony, because that bro, that's what, $100 cheaper, and you got so much shit from it. Like that was,
bro, because that's when gaming culture, people still cared, right? Like I remember, and Rob, he was with me multiple times for this, but like when we were younger, bro, we had midnight releases, bro.
Dude, like you'd line out outside of GameStop,
midnight
fucking get in there.
There was times I can recall the Black Ops 2. I believe it was. We went to a midnight release. I think Rob's dad, funny enough, was like one of the first people in line. He like waited all day, if I remember correctly.
He was like second, right? Yeah,
he was right in the front of the line. I remember we were on the news and shit that night for that. I remember.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. You showed that video.
Yeah,
wasn't that the night? Wasn't that the night that we that I won the like the fucking hazmat suit or whatever?
I think you did, like a yellow.
Or was that Ghost? That might have been Ghost.
I don't remember which one, but
because we went to every midnight release, bro.
And you know what?
And we didn't even go together. We would just be like, we would literally, bro. I remember it like it was yesterday. Be like this: either you or me, one or the other, would be reaching out like, "Yo, you cop a Call of Duty or you cop a Halo? You cop a hell yeah, you already know it." Going to the release night? Come on, I'm going to the midnight release. All right. I'm actually leaving in like an hour. All right, bet. I was thinking about leaving around like da, but I might leave in an hour. All right, bet. And then we just meet each other there, usually around the same time.
Those were the best times.
I got something.
They fucking work. Because then right after you get your game, you fucking dap each other up and you're like, all right, homie, I'll see you at home. Fucking we hop on the party as soon as we get home. We live in the same neighborhood, so we're getting home around the same time. And we hop in a party while our shit downloads. And as soon as that shit downloads, we're in the game, bro.
Well, I was going to say either that or you just came right to my house and we just played all night long. Yeah. I remember there was a night
those were the best.
Where we hooked up the projector on the wall. Yeah, you stayed overnight one night.
That was one of the Call of Duty nights.
All night, bro.
And we were playing like zombies or something. Oh, yeah.
The thing that always was crazy, too, to me was like you said earlier, Louis, gaming culture has changed so much. But it's like, dude, you would be sitting there, waiting for that midnight release with a bunch of people who are also waiting for the midnight release. It wasn't. We didn't have scalpers back then. You know what I mean? These were people who were genuinely
there was, but they weren't like there was.
They weren't as bad as these days.
I made so many friends. Like that, I got gamer tags from. You know what I mean?
Just and at the line of a midnight release, bro.
And just like you guys said, you'd sit there and add all these people. You'd have an entire fucking party of people ready to go. And it was everybody that was in your area,
It just used to be, like, cool, bro. Like, because I remember vividly, it was like Rob said, you come out, you meet up random people. And our whole thing was, like, you bring a case of like Mountain Dews or some shit. Everybody's selling Mountain Dews in line, bro. They would drop that shit right at the new video game, so you'd have like Call of Duty Gamer Fuels or Gears of War.
You always get double XP.
That's why they had it, bro.
Yes,
bro.
And double XP actually mattered.
Dude, double XP actually mattered back then.
Exactly.
And then you would
Doritos and Mountain Dew are like, I'll tell you what,
I was just about to say,
fucking smart for keeping that
because remember I don't know if you remember, but like we were so close to Taco Bell, so we used to get the Doritos tacos, like a big old box,
tacos?
And just hang out in line and just kill the tacos.
Yeah, bro, we would get
waiting.
like the cheap ass boxes. Oh yeah, dude, that was the best.
Dude, have like a 20 pack of tacos, a Mountain Dew, and we would just be waiting,
days, dude. I would go back. I would give anything to go back.
Bro,
I would just restart. I would just, even if I have to go through all the same shit, I would just restart.
Just do it again. You know what it is though too? Good. Like that also brings you back to like the aspect of like people used to actually interact with ePubble.
100%.
Have you ever driven past a GameStop or a Best Buy or something around like a midnight release?
Yeah, there's nobody there anymore.
There'll be like
they're not even open half the time.
2-3 people if they even do it. Yeah, and you have to call ahead of time to see if they're doing a midnight release.
Yeah, it's usually only like during like systems, big systems.
Yeah, it sucks, bro. Dude, I remember one time driving past because I was curious. It was like fucking like 11 something. It was late, right? And I'm like, I see some people waiting outside of a store, like only 2-3 people, but it's like a Best Buy, and I'm like, yo, what you guys waiting for? They were like, oh, midnight release. And I was like, of what? And it was like, I don't even remember what the hell it was. Remember when we were getting the game and we walked over to see what the Best Buy guys were waiting for? Because we were like, Best Buy don't got the release of the game. And they were waiting for like the new Eminem CD or something.
Like, what? They were, bro. They legit. I don't remember what CD it was, but I remember we walked over there and we're like, "Yo, this new CD's dropping at midnight, bro. Best Buy is dropping it." We're like, "Are you kidding me?"
It was dead ass the new Eminem album, like at the time. And I was like, "That's crazy."
And that's the craziest part about it when you think about it too, because like, yeah, we can sit there and talk about games, but I mean, if we're talking midnight releases too, like it's everything, bro.
Yeah, dude, that was the best part. You wanted your media early, bro. Like, fuck that digital release early shit. Like, I still think digital releases should just be done like sometime throughout the day. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love being able to play my game fucking a couple hours early or at midnight or whenever the case may be. But like, bro, it took away that culture. That culture just doesn't exist anymore because
you could barely get that anymore. Because nowadays, these companies are like, 100%. Pay us $40 more and get a premium edition, then play 3 days early. So
yeah, and that's the other thing. When games first started doing that, I knew the midnight release was gone.
Yep. Like Forza 6 recently did that shit, and like we got online 5 days after everybody else, and everybody was already game beat, level 100 plus. Like, bro, it was bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, for the people who want to spend,
why they do it?
Money because they can. Oh,
yeah,
I know.
It's that money.
Cheddar.
And the fact that people don't argue it. Bro. People don't argue it.
And they're going to pay for it. That's why I complain with people. My least favorite person on the planet right now probably is like the people that complain about Call of Duty games. And then what do? They buy the new fucking Call of Duty game, or they play the new Call of Duty game, even if they didn't buy it and their friend bought it. Whatever the case may be,
Tony,
you are fucking actively feeding the problem. You're feeding the machine. If you really are that sick of Call of Duties, stop supporting the thing that is making the Call of Duties. If you don't support it, guess what? They have no money. They have no income. They can't physically support a dying business model. So
my
if people
problem
just
is
fucking subtracted from it, it would be a dying business model eventually, with enough people just actually saying, you know what, fuck this, I'm done with this. There's a time to just draw the line, and this is it. That's what we need to do with Call of Duty.
It's so that's so hard because I know exactly what Tony's about to say, and Tony can jump in
with this new one. Nah, fuck that.
Not even the new one. It's everybody.
Everyone plays
playing it. Thank you.
I don't
no
give
matter
a fuck.
what it is.
I don't give
it
a
could
fuck.
be the
You know why?
shittiest Call of Duty, but everyone's gonna play.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You know what though? Fuck them.
Yeah, but okay.
You know what I do when my boys are like, "Yo, bud, you gotta get the." No, and then I wait for 3 fucking weeks for them to get bored, and then guess what? We're playing another game again.
But see, some people can do that. Some people can do that. The problem is most people, and pretty much everybody in this group, I can go by saying, "Well, talk shit on it," because I am part of that group of people. Tony, I know, is for sure. But then the problem is, like, not anymore. But when it was on Game Pass,
you want to know the last for us to Call of Duty I played?
What?
That's the thing. That was
with Game Pass and everything.
Worst.
The last new Call of Duty that I played was the Modern Warfare 2 remake. That was the last time I played it, other than COD Mobile, because there was a little stint. I was talking to this girl, and she got me into COD Mobile, oddly enough, and it was low-key kind of fire. But whole nother topic. Like COD Mobile, that's what Call of Duty should be doing. They should adapt to the COD Mobile. You know what COD Mobile does? They have every fucking map from like all the Call of Duties. They just have a bunch of them, and some that you've never even seen before. And it's all just on one game, across multiple game modes, guns from all the games, characters from all the. It's just everything. Just do that. If you're gonna constantly keep forcing shit down our throat, just make a solid engine, and just keep pumping it out.
Isn't that what EA's doing with FIFA anymore? Anyways.
I don't know. I don't know if I don't pay attention to sports games.
And that's all right.
I haven't.
But I think they are just gonna start updating instead of doing that. But
it's what they should, bro.
I just tackle people. Gamers. I don't care.
Yeah, you just.
And the best part is, there's still way to make money. There's still ways to make money while keeping your game alive. I have a perfectly good example because I just started getting back into this game that I loved when I was younger and still to this day do because it's that good of a game. Payday 2. It's a game that's been out for 10, 15, 20, it's been out forever, right? This game is consistently updated. There is so much
over
DLC
100
for that
DLCs.
Game. Oh yeah, if you wanted to buy all the DLC, it's probably like almost
like
$1,000
$2 or
$3 if it's not on sale. But yeah, it's all cheap stuff, and there's so much free stuff. And the best part is, if your friend owns that DLC, you don't have to pay for it. Your friend can load up that heist. Your friend can load up that mission, whatever. I love that. Games can do that today, and Payday is always on sale. The DLC is always on sale. It's a game that you can always get for pretty cheap if you want to get into it. It's a very accessible game, and anybody can really get into that game and see if it's a game that's for them or not. And there's another game, I don't personally play it, but I remember playing it back in the day. What was it called? Unturned, I believe? Yeah, Unturned. And I was watching this video on it the other day, and I didn't realize
Roblox
what they did.
Daisy.
Yeah. You know that dude has posted an update on that game every, I think it's like 10 days or so. Like it's he's got a set period of time where within that period of time, it's like on average every 10 days for the past like 10 years or however long it's been up for. That's a free fucking game. That is a free game. And he made money. He didn't start making money on that game till like way down the line when he finally introduced one paid DLC pack that was like $5 for a supporter pack. And then years later, I guess he finally started adding like user content as skins to pay out players that make content, which is what more developers should start doing. And obviously they took a little chunk of that. But like the dude's still not like looking at his business model and how he's a great developer. It's just one guy that works on the game and he's kept it alive all these years. Like, why can't these AAA games with hundreds of people behind. I know they don't, but that's what I'm saying.
There's one more thing I'd like to talk about when you're done there.
Yeah, well, we're just wrapping up and pretty much saying, like, you know, like, for the most part, like, not including Rockstar, because, like, you know, they're one of the ones that I will say, other than the money part, you know, like, we saw what happened with shark cards, but hopefully a lot of that was just balancing issues because of hackers, cheated money, stuff like that. Hopefully GTA 6 is a lot better, and the economy is rebalanced. But that's, like, the only developer nowadays that's really, as far as AAA, that really makes games to withstand the last time. You know, they're not worried about pumping out content every fucking year.
He said.
But I'll tell you right now, piggybacking off of what you said there, right? 2025 to like 2026, it has been the year of indie games. Right?
Yes,
I agree.
And a big one to talk about right now.
You're going to say what I was thinking, aren't you?
Is going to be Mecha Chameleon.
Yep, I knew it.
100%.
I fucking knew. I was just thinking that, bro.
15 million sales, dude. It's been out for like a month or two.
So, but there's Mecha Chameleon, right, Tony? Beautiful. The price is low. They're not greedy. They're not asking for shit from the players.
That's my point, exactly.
They're giving you a fun ass fucking game that you could play with your friends that doesn't take too much to worry about. Not much money.
No far
from perfect. It's not like it's necessarily like, oh yeah, it's just such a great game, so well developed. Like, it's got a long way to go. They're constantly updating it, constantly making it like work. They're probably, if anything, overwhelmed with how much it blew up. But it's because the concept, it's there. Like the mechanics are there.
Honestly, bro.
But now they have to just do the polishing. But it's like, but people are willing to spend their $5 on that for a game that they're going to spend hundreds of hours of fun instead of they know it's broken a little bit here and there. Literally, that's fine.
Looking at my Steam replay from like the last 2 years, basically have been 90% playtime on indie games. There's another one. That's
probably going to be me this year, like 99%.
What was the game that we made an episode on? I forget the name of it. When Tommy decided to
content warning.
Content warning. When Tommy decided to expose himself as somebody who likes well done steak. And
what a fucking psychopath, by the way.
Yeah, he's not.
Actually, I finally had Rare.
Fucking psychopath.
You finally had Rare. Oh, I'm so happy for you. You're a big boy. Tommy grew up. Yeah.
No, you know damn well Tommy didn't order that Rare. He got it by accident, and they
took a bite and
said, he probably just didn't want to
waiter, this is supposed to be burnt.
No, Tommy wouldn't complain.
He wouldn't complain. The thing is that we got to...
I still eat it.
Go for it, Tommy. What were you saying?
Tommy brought out the butane torch from his pocket.
No, Tommy was just trying to make excuses for his thing. Go ahead, Chad.
Nah, it's just one of those things that just like looking at everything and how things are going in this day and age it's just like
terrifying.
I love that you brought it up, Tony. That's perfect. It was a perfect thing to bring up because like these indie games are putting so much effort, so much time and continuously making sure things continue to grow and make things work. And then you have these big corporations that keep making games and it's not, they're just not putting forth the effort anymore. But the thing that kills me the most is I'm trying to sit there and think who's going to do it. Because I'm telling you right now, our whole thing, all of us at this point, all 6 of us, myself included, at some point, the whole thing that's been going on for a long time is nostalgia, right? Like, so who is going to be the first company to actually put forth that effort to make us go and want to do
for the last 4 years?
And see, that's the whole thing about it. Tony, like I said, Tony brought it up. Indie games are on the rise. And the reason that indie games are on the rise is because they actually care about who they have. It's not this big, huge corporation that keeps going.
They still got something. See, I like the guys that still got something to prove, They have no skin in the game, no fucking name,
bro,
no weight. And it's just like they just have to make it happen. And that's exactly what the fuck they're doing.
Another game I want to talk about, which I don't think any of you have played, but actually there's 2 I want to mention real quick. One that I was obsessed with and put like 100 hours into for no reason because it was so good. but it's called Mega Bonk.
Oh.
Mega what? I'm sorry?
Mega Bonk.
I think I have that.
Okay.
Oh, they said Mega Bonk.
That's what I heard.
Made by
that's why
one guy.
That's why I was asking. I was like, wait a minute.
Mega Bonk.
Speaking of which,
made by
Mega
one
Bonk.
dude,
this episode, you
and
fucks.
it gave birth to an entire genre of games. There are these games. You ever heard of maybe Rob? Maybe
Mega
Vampire Survivors. Damn.
Never heard of the bloke.
So
No.
the entire concept of the game is you go in, like you pick a character in the menu, you go in, you survive as long as possible, and as you level up, you unlock new items that you can keep on buffing to get stronger and stronger. And the point of it is to just endlessly go and just keep leveling your character.
Were you playing this game like a day or two ago?
I don't know if I can play that game.
This game like a day or two ago.
Tony,
potentially.
Tony, what was that? What was that game that you had me download? That was I forget what it was. It was like I'm trying to think of what it is, but it was every time you died, you had to start from the beginning, but you can continue to level.
Risk of Rain. Risk of Rain.
That's the one. Risk of Rain. Yes, that's the one.
Risk of Rain's another really good one. That's the same concept.
That game was so fire. And it's like it was the most basic concept that you had, but at the same time, it was you being strategic and like making sure that you stay, because the moment you're done, that's it. You start from the beginning. There is no
Why can't I find the first one on Steam anymore?
Right.
The
roguelite genre.
Yeah.
Right. They also made a really crazy one that I wanted to mention here too that I think everybody should check out, and everybody who's got Game Pass in here, called Clover Pit. And Clover Pit,
I watched
literally
somebody play that the other day.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
All Clover Pit is, it's a literal roguelite slot machine game. You play a slot machine, and your purpose is you can buy different items to help you get stronger multipliers that'll pay you out. And you have to hit a certain quota within a certain amount of spins, or else
Game Pass?
your character dies. Yeah.
I gotta take a look at this.
Whoa.
Something fun. Now, Brett, real quick question for you, because I know you're a mega fan of Sledding Game, another indie title.
There you go.
You want to talk about Sledding Game at all? We'll talk about
that. God.
Oh, that one's a funny one there. I mean, it's pretty neat. I mean, there's really no point to it.
It's on my wish
list. It's all credits to like get like your cosmetics, or like have like the best sled and crazy. And it's pretty much like 100% the game for like your own liking and whatnot. But it's like I want to say it's a huge just chat room, like a mess around and play around chat room, like you
like
throw snowballs at each other. Yeah, like a social game. Exactly.
Now that we're sitting there talking,
right,
let's bring up the best. Let's bring up the best, Bretsky. Let's do it right now. World of Tanks, bro.
Oh,
are we just not going to talk about how World of Tanks continued to just make things
it just goes and goes, but
updates.
Yeah, but it's funny because it's known as the old man's video game, I guess. Like a lot of because how slow paced it is and
certainly
strategic it is, but
that's exactly what it is. I mean, that's that's the whole thing about it. Is just it might have been considered or might be considered the old man's game, but.
Right.
Those developers
you guys are the two oldest in the group.
Those developers continue to make things fun. And I can sit there and I'll bring it up to Tony as well. We can also talk about RuneScape when we're coming out with that. I mean, these developers are getting lazy. If we're being completely honest here, it's getting to a point now where it's just not even they're just not putting anything into it.
RuneScape,
I would say, correct me if
I'm
not
going to lie to you, though.
The new RuneScape kind of sucks, though.
RuneScape 3 currently is working on trying to get rid of a lot of its major issues. I was actually just reading to this yesterday.
Okay.
They're working on trying to just remove microtransactions from the game and just better the content because they've been getting feedback constantly, and they're trying to change it. They do weekly updates for both.
It's like when you have
old school RuneScape
developers. Yeah, old school RuneScape's been around since 2005.
They update it every week.
Yeah,
And they continuously
at
least.
Bro, I used to subscribe to old school RuneScape through my cell phone provider back in the day. That's how you know this is old,
dude,
bro.
the good old days, man.
You used to send like a text in,
yep,
and you would literally subscribe to RuneScape for like whatever it was per month.
Yeah, then it was like $4.
I remember me and my buddy Shane.
I think it was $8.
Used to play.
You're around that. You're around that. But
so what I got into as I get older, I think now is more of the like cozy like indie.
So
games.
RuneScape actually launched on January 4th, 2001.
Jeez,
but
even older.
The thing with that though is it wasn't old school RuneScape now. Like it wasn't that 2001 RuneScape. Old school RuneScape is technically RuneScape 2. Because the original RuneScape that released was a completely different game.
Well, there was one in 1998 that launched too. Originally 19. So I think the old school was 98 to 2001, and then 2001 was 2, and then that's when it moved. Like that's when what we know today, at least, is old school RuneScape.
Lou, I'm bringing up a banger, Lou, real quick.
What's up?
I'm just gonna the whole library. You ready for this?
Let's do it.
Maid Marianne, bro.
Moonbase,
Sherwood Dungeon, Tank Ball.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Marianne's Life,
dude. Fucking classics,
dude.
Complete indie studio, by the way. Clearly, it was not a
Tank Ball was the shit.
Tank Ball was like OG
Sherwood Dungeon.
And Tank Ball, to be honest with you, definitely started.
Shane had an addiction.
It started a trend of games, though. You know what I mean? Especially in the indie culture of games.
Dude, Maid Marianne, bro.
Nah, dude, that is a great fucking pull, dude. I haven't even thought about that in I can't tell you how long, bro. Like that.
All I remember, dude, vividly,
a memory in my brain, dude. That's
everybody's
crazy.
mission was to jump to the moon on Moonbase and dance on the moon.
You got to jump on the Earth and like kind of like
that's what it was.
Put yourself in a certain spot and stand on it.
And then you would just dance on the Earth endlessly.
Bro, come on.
For no reason whatsoever.
What's it called?
I don't even know if it exists anymore, but it used to be called Moonbase by Maid Marianne. It was literally a browser game.
And even the other one was pretty good too, the Marianne's Life, where you would just sit there and ride around in cars and shit.
Yeah, pretty much a reskin of Sherwood. With just cars.
No, there was
Sherwood is crazy now. It still exists.
Does it really still exist?
Yeah.
Wow.
Owned by a different company, but it's a standalone game.
We're going into an area now where Microsoft, not Microsoft, is it PlayStation that's going to completely digital games now?
They pretty much said that the other day that they're going to the next console.
Which is while we're on the topic, hold on. Were you going to talk about the part where they recently just ripped 500 fucking titles because they lost?
That's one of them. But
yeah,
going into because I'm kind of going back to what Chad was talking about earlier.
I think I know what you're talking about with the policy change too. I think it ties into the whole how they just ripped off 500 movie titles out of people's accounts to fucking spend money on them.
Titles, restricted access. Entirely.
Yeah, so if you own, let's say, Terminator 2, so let's say it's your favorite movie. Let's say you watch it once a month on PlayStation. Sayonara, motherfucker. You're going to have to figure somewhere else out to watch it, even though you purchased it. That was never yours.
They slipped it into the terms of services somewhere that these people caught it really quick, but they slipped it in there trying to be sneaky. If your account is inactive for 32 or 36 months, if your account is inactive, they have the rights to completely delete your account from existence.
That's crazy.
And no recovery.
That probably happened to my Sony account, honestly.
Bro.
Yeah, that might be mine too, honestly. I haven't booted my PlayStation.
Because that's crazy. Because what happens if I'm just a fucking dad now with fucking kids and don't get to games as much, and maybe I put it away for 2 years and I decide, oh, you know what? Let's dust off that old PS5 that I put in the closet. Fucking go to sign into my account that has 20 plus years of games purchased onto it.
And exactly,
what is this? It doesn't exist. What do you mean it doesn't exist?
Not free. purchase games, things that you brought out of your damn
that
pocket.
You don't own your digital titles.
I was gonna say when you buy a digital game, you actually, and this is a legitimate thing. You could see it.
It's
renting the rights
you're
to
buying
ownership.
a license to use that software. That's all it is.
So
you actually own nothing.
You never own it.
So then why
you own the
did
right
Blockbuster
to play that game as long as they allow it?
Why did Blockbuster go out of business? Like this is a time to bring them back, Blockbuster.
Bro, it's because
Blockbuster need to make a comeback,
bro.
Bring it back.
Convenience. The problem is people nowadays are addicted to convenience, right? We like everything easy. We don't like to go out of our houses and go to the store and buy a physical game. Tony,
I physically can't.
Yes, you can.
What, are you disabled?
I have the Xbox that doesn't have a disc tray.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about anything, right?
But there's hardly anything left anymore, and that was
that Xbox without a disc tray. That was their way of saying, "Let's see who actually buys it. Let's see if we can con over a couple gamers." I could get my
hands on because I wanted to get one as soon as possible, and the Series X you could not get anywhere.
So that's why I fought for it and I got it. And I never gave up because I'm like, I'm not buying a console without a disc drive because I'm not feeding that bullshit digital. Yes, I play games on Game Pass, but I know I don't own my game.
I have something to counter that, by the way, buddy.
What?
I have something to counter you.
Let's hear it.
Now, on the new Xbox, and I'm sure you know this at this point, when you buy it on the disc, sure, you have the disc, but it's still, when you insert the disc in your system, you are still downloading something from a server that they can revoke access to.
You always do.
And that's the fucking thing, dude. Like it's not like it used to be when you just downloaded the contents of whatever was on there. Now
you didn't have to do that on the old Xboxes. You put the disc in, you play the game.
Think about like GTA 5, for example. Back in the day, it came with 2 discs because it had the entire file of the game.
Wasn't
on
one
the disc? It was 2 of them.
Multiplayer? Well, no.
That was just for the whole game of GTA 5.
Yeah.
You needed 2 discs because of how big it was.
Nowadays, do you remember
Red Dead Redemption 2 came with 2 discs.
Yep.
Remember back in the day, when you came home from school, what did you do when you wanted to fucking browse your game library?
Yeah, the physicals. You bust
open that fucking fat ass folder with 4 discs on each page, and you flip through that bitch till you found the one you want to play. I love that. It was chaotic, a little crazy. Sometimes you couldn't find the game that you wanted to play.
But at least you knew that disc was actually your game.
At least that was mine. And guess what? When I said, "Hey Lou, you don't play Skate 2 anymore. You mind if I borrow that? I want to see, I want to try it out." Oh shit, I love this. You said you have Skate 3. Can I borrow Skate 3? Yeah. Oh, I fucking love it. Here, take the games back because I'm gonna buy this now, and I'm gonna get you back into it. And me and fucking Lou started playing Skate 3 again.
Bro, speaking of that, one thing that pissed me off so fucking bad recently, exactly what you're talking about, but digital, but it's the dumbest fucking thing in the world. So Nintendo Switch 2 came out, and they brought a new policy. Tony Platt knows about this. When you buy a Nintendo Switch 2 game digitally, you can allow somebody else to play the game. Cool, right? It's a digital game. You should be able to log in, no problem at all. Like, let's say, for example, I log into the account, I play the game for that day, Tony plays that afternoon, right? Nope. Nintendo, what they did was, you have to rent that game to your friend for a minimum, I don't know the amount of days, but I think it might be like a week.
Tony, 7 days. It's either 5 or 7 days, Lou.
Going it's bullshit. He has
to. It's going to be a minimum, first of all,
digital, and then I can play it. And guess what? I'm stuck with it for 1 week, and Tony can't play his own game he paid for the entire week.
Yep.
And they're not one that really pissed me off. I'll tell you right now.
What they should do is make it like this. You should be able to transfer titles and take it back whenever you want to play. So let's say I'm like, hey, I want my buddy to be able to use it. Bam, he can play it for a couple hours, and then I want to play it.
Not like that.
This is even crazier. So take Pokemon Pokopia, for example, right?
Yep.
I wanted Louis to get into this game.
Not a sponsor.
Right?
Fuck Nintendo.
But when you go to game share it with your friend, or like where you want to play it with your friend, you can let them play simultaneously with you, but in one area of the game, and you have to you have to reach that point in the game to be able to play it with your friend.
They basically lock the entire game to one part of the map.
And it's literally like you're just you remember. I will never forget this because it was the one thing that was really funny with me. But I remember getting Minecraft. So I got Minecraft. And I remember when they had that whole, like you can download the demo when they put it on, because I had it on the PC already. But then when they started putting it on the consoles, I would play it, and then they had that world that you were able to access. But then you only had like a specific amount of time, and then after that, you were done unless you bought it. So, and that's exactly the same thing. But it's like
a lot of demos used to be like that back in the day. You'd be constricted to like 2 hours. You might have the full game access, but like they'd be like, let's see how far you get in 2 hours. And some games would still restrict access and still restrict it to 2 hours. That's why I like demos nowadays. Like a lot of demos, where you can actually play the game to maybe a lesser capacity. Maybe it's a broken down bite size little bit for you to digest. But they're like, hey, go wild. If you want to sink 100 hours into our demo, you probably should have bought the game by now, but maybe it's not out yet. We'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
One of the things that I also wanted to bring up about that whole thing, and something that has always been really funny to me, is like, do you guys remember? I'm trying to think. I feel like most of you guys would remember, but you would buy a game. Let's say the PlayStation 2, right? Like you would buy a game, and the game would come with it, but then there'd be a second page, right? And it would be a demo of a game from the same company that was coming out at some point.
I think Jack and Daxter and Sly Cooper did
Halo Reach. That's how they did the Halo Reach beta. So Halo 3 ODST, Halo 3 ODST, you bought Halo 3 ODST, and it would come inside the game case with a code for the Halo Reach beta.
See,
and then in turn, you play the Halo Reach beta.
And I remember times I had Resident Evil Code Veronica. I remember I got that. It was gifted to me when I was a kid. And on top of that, it came with the Devil May Cry. The first Devil May Cry was also included, but it was only, only a little bit of it. But it's like, dude, I miss the times when people were like, companies were just trying to sit there and put themselves out on the market.
I'm about to say low-key, like, upsell you without really doing
it. And it did.
Well, that's back when, like,
I'm about to say,
you also got to think, like, game developers weren't spending money on advertisement back then as well.
Well,
dude, I did that with, I think Jack and Daxter I bought came with a demo of Sly Cooper, I think it was.
Yeah, dude. No, bro, no.
I remember playing Jack and Daxter like crazy. I'm like, yeah, let's try this Sly Cooper demo, and I got so hooked to it. I'm like, well, gotta buy Sly Cooper now.
And that's the beauty of having this whole conversation, is because it's not even just what it came with when you got, like, you paid the extra money. It's like when you used to, back in the day, when you used to buy a game, and the same company would be like, well, yeah, this game's great, but this is also our game.
Like, hey, maybe you want to buy this one. Here's a free little bite-sized piece.
Maybe this is what you want as well.
It was free, right? You didn't pay for all this. Like,
nope.
Nowadays, we pay for that type of content.
Yeah.
And, like, we're spending several $100s for a limited edition, and what do you get? Some fucking code for a skin or some shit. Like,
dude, that's the thing. So remember, dumb. Like, I don't know if you guys are. I don't know. I feel like you guys had the 360. At least maybe some person in here had the 360.
I think everybody had.
I had every Xbox ever made up until.
But you bought the system, and then it came with that Star Wars game. Oh my god!
They all came with different games. They all came with different.
Oh yeah, I'm about to say, are you talking about like the Kinect version that came with the Star Wars and the Kinect?
Yeah,
Uno.
Yeah,
that was
and
the
then
Slim.
On top of all of that, you used to be able, like, so I have the orange box, which was Portal 1.
I remember the orange box.
It was Portal 1.
Oh fuck yeah! Team Fortress 2.
Team Fortress 2, and I forget the third game off the top.
I think it was Half-Life.
I think it was Half-Life.
It might have been Half-Life. I think
probably
you guys
Half-Life
are right
too.
on that. But it's like, dude, like, remember when you used to buy a system and they were like, yeah, that's great, but, like, here, try these games out. Like that's something that we don't
remember. First off, how many? You don't have games like that at all nowadays. Remember when you could get a game that was like, hey, this game comes with 3 games.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
On one disc, and then
do you remember?
You'd be able
I'll give you a fucking throwback that I guarantee you none of you fuckers remember. Nah, you one of you at least have to remember. Do you remember the promo with fucking Burger King and Xbox?
Oh my god, bro!
Oh yeah,
where there was like a Burger King.
You talking about Sneak King and
Sneak
Race
King? Yeah,
Racing King,
and
bro.
there was another one. And that's great. I had
it was like
fucking,
Burger King,
bro.
Assassin's Creed. Hold on, I'm looking.
The
I used to go get
Burger King, the whole Burger King thing. I had the racing game.
It was the motorcycle racing.
I had
the motorcycle racing
I had the
game.
motorcycle game.
Yeah,
and I will never forget. Me and my family were in Laughlin, Nevada.
What's that?
I used to get some of the video game magazines.
Yeah, remember when I used to have mom and dad go like
demo.
all over the fucking place? I think it was like Taco Bell or something like that. But you ordered like a meal and it came with fucking that like pet simulator game, like cats and dogs.
Where was that? Was that Taco Bell?
I think I don't know what it was, but you ordered like a meal and it came with a copy of like Cats.
I don't remember which one it was.
The fast food promos for like the games and stuff. Yeah, I do remember those for sure. I definitely remember all those from back in the day with like the discs and everything and stuff like that. Yeah. But I also remember getting those discs and the magazines, like the game magazines back in the day.
The Game
Informer. Would have like
Game Informer.
Yeah, like those or even older.
Dude, I had
like,
boxes.
PlayStation X magazines and stuff.
Dude,
like
I always thought those
like
Game Informers were going to be worth some.
I
I saved every single one, and they were organized in boxes. I had so many of them for like fucking years. I had that fucking subscription.
Remember that Serial actually had video games too?
Who?
No,
Serial.
You tell me. I don't know.
I think I do remember.
Tell us about it. I'm not.
Yeah, tell me, Thomas. I
had a
don't remember this.
Puffs game.
I think Cocoa Puffs actually had like a video game.
Really?
It was like a computer game, technically speaking. But
I didn't even know this.
It was a computer.
game. What was the Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? What was that bird's name?
Oh my god, that's real old though.
No,
because these are.
It was like 90s.
Oh,
like late 90s.
Rabble,
for
sorry.
chocolatey taste. It was a AOL online.
Spy Fox.
What the hell?
Yeah, these are all like, oh my god, Toy Story 2.
Yeah, Tom, you actually told me something I didn't know about. I didn't know about this.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Cocoa Puffs.
Toy Story 2 came in frosted. Is that how I had Toy Story 2? It came in fucking frosted shreddies.
Crazy. Nowadays, cereal, bro. You're lucky to get a sticker on the back of the box.
You're lucky to get your fucking cereal with the box, bro.
I'm about to say, bro, it's half air, half cereal
fucking air,
nowadays.
bro. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the hell?
No, I figure I bring
Dude,
that.
that's actually crazy. They actually put out a lot of fucking games. And
I know. I was just looking at it just now after you mentioned
things like granola bars.
It was cool too. It was like on the front of the box, like peeking out of the box.
Backyard Baseball, the very original.
Yeah, Backyard Baseball was in a cereal box.
Yeah,
I think that's how I got mine.
Free version game. Hell yeah, Lego Creators is another one.
Humongous Entertainment. That's what it was. They partnership with Humongous Entertainment because they had like Freddy Fish and stuff too. Yep.
It doesn't even say what fucking cereal box was.
It looks like it was all types of companies though, because this one's Light Dog.
Roller Coaster
Lego Creators.
Dude, all right, so now I'm remembering this because a lot of these fucking games I had really like way back in the day, but like I wasn't the one that activated these because obviously I wouldn't have known how to activate a product code, this, that, and third, because even though you had the disc, you had to activate the product code and shit to play the game. But I remember playing Roller Coaster Tycoon back in the day. I remember.
That was shit.
Maybe I played Backyard Baseball. I don't remember for sure. Age of Empires. I think my brother played that one. I think he still does. To be fair, Clue. I think we had Clue, Bionicle, Toy Story 2 for sure. Game of Life.
I'm starting to realize this entire gaming library came from cereal boxes.
Bro, like literally, like back on the like computer game, in my earliest days of gaming, it's like, wow, turns out it was all from a fucking cereal box.
This man's like, dude, my dad was buying all these games for me. No, he was just buying.
Thought my dad was a gamer? No, he was just fucking cheating. He was just ripping them out of cereal boxes. You fat fuck.
He said, "Yo, my dad didn't even bring home the cereal. He just brought the games back."
Yeah, bro, he's still waiting for that.
Beatbox, boys.
Don't worry, I have a dad.
Beatbox.
Cheers.
You know what Beatbox is doing though? Putting games in their fucking drink boxes.
Yeah, tell Beatbox to smack a video game with the back of a Beatbox. That's what
you know, it's time for beer brands to start stepping their game up. I need beers to start. Like my case of Miller Lite should come with GTA 6 a week early. Just saying.
Okay. Can we get like a beatbox, like Guitar Hero style game?
It shouldn't be hard because look, they could just print out the code on the inside of the box. They don't need.
That's pretty much what GTA 6 is doing, so it's not any different, really. You just spend $100.
What if they did that, like a promo where like 1 in every 100 cases of a certain beer had a GTA 6 code just printed?
I'm pretty sure GTA 6 said 1 in every 1,000 physical copies get a disc. It's pretty cool.
No, I don't even think they said that. I think they said 1 in every 1,000 physical copies. They get like one of those little cards inside that gives you like a 2-week trial to PlayStation Plus. Only PlayStation. That's why it says best played on PlayStation. It's because you get a free trial if you play it on PlayStation. 2 weeks out.
I don't know if you heard, but they said like 3 months after release, you can contact customer service to get a physical disc. is what Rockstar said.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That was redacted. That was redacted really shortly after that.
Was it redacted?
Yeah, it was redacted.
I remember that was an actual statement from them.
Yeah, that's why it was like such a big thing, because it was like, dude, they don't even know what the fuck's going on. Because like Take-Two themselves, or I forget, it's a whole debacle over there. Nobody knows what the fuck's going on. You got some people that are like, oh yeah, no, we're maybe, this is just for the launch. Like, we're probably most likely you're going to be able. And then somebody else higher up came out and said, yeah, no, they had no reason to say that we have no plans to release a disc in the future. At this point, it is digital only.
Don't drop physical.
Yeah, why even have a fucking case? Like, I get it. There are collectors out there that they get.
Yeah, they collected maybe every game in a case, not a plastic case. Yeah, nothing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, still, that's like such a backhanded thing as a collector.
God, bro.
To have a fucking case. How do you know if it's? Here's my thing though. Theoretically, like, there shouldn't never be a fucking open case of GTA 6, right? Like,
no, you should be able to go sell that. No, I'm sorry. No, you do have to open it because your code's inside the box.
That's stupid, dude. Just print it on the receipt like they did with fucking pre-orders back in the day. But do you remember fucking dude? I remember. I think I only did it one time. I pre-ordered a game through GameStop digitally, and I went for the midnight release digitally. They had to print me out the fucking code on a receipt, and I had to go home, pray to God that this receipt ink didn't fucking wash off on the way home, and I had to fucking put this code in through the receipt. And same with DLCs and shit that you bought through GameStop, bro. They just printed it on a piece of paper.
Piece of heat paper, which would also get screwed up in the sun if it sat
outside too long. So Florida, good fucking luck.
Yeah, you ain't getting that disc.
Don't buy digitally if you're not on the game store.
Well, that's the thing that I wanted to bring up as well. So, like, where do we go from here?
We're fucked. We're fucked.
We have no say anymore.
We can't do shit.
Look what dude, like, prime example. Just to bring it up, I'm gonna. Where do we
go? We go to Steam.
Look at GameCube. Why the hell is GameCube games still $60? $70 for the big.
They're at least $90 now.
I think it's because it's Nintendo and it holds its fucking value.
And that's fair.
Forever. Like, you can buy a Nintendo game now and it still holds its value.
Where are we going from here? Everybody's going to go digital. And that's fine.
I think we need a protest.
Everyone has to go digital. Like, that's the thing. They're making it's not an option anymore. Like, you know what I mean? It's one of those things where it's like, oh, you could do this or you could. No, it's like, this is the first step of that being taken away from us. Grand Theft Auto is the first. But they are not the last. Not even close. 100%. They are the ones that tip the scale. Here's the thing. Everyone's just going to follow, like, the success of GTA. So if they say, oh, well, look at that. They sold 2 billion copies in the first 24 hours. Digital. And everyone's going to do it. They're going to be like, well, GTA 6 did it. GTA 6 did it. GTA 6 did it.
I got something different to talk about.
Do that. Let's hear it, Tony. What you got?
So, has anyone heard of Stop Killing Games?
Yeah.
No.
So,
very, very, very important organization.
Yeah, they just recently finally had 1.3 million people gather and sign this petition. Essentially what it is an organization of people that are trying to stop major companies from shutting down games that they love. Unfortunately, a petition that they just put through failed, did not go through, unfortunately. I'm trying to do more research on it exactly. It was the European Commission ruled that it could not legally force publishers to maintain the playability of abandoned games, citing that it would place too heavy of a financial burden on companies.
Yeah, which is fair. Like some games,
bro, they make so much fucking money though. How's that fair?
Well, it's saying in like terms of like, let's say you have a game like PlanetSide 2, for instance, right? PlanetSide 2 is a very popular game, has been for probably a decade at this point. So always online game, and they keep it online.
Game is so good.
It makes sense for them to keep it online because yes, it is so good. But there are games that are so good that don't stand the test of time because eventually the player base dies out.
Hey Lou, real quick.
That's the whole point with the Fusion Fall.
I miss Fusion Fall.
But that's the whole thing with the whole like the financial burden thing. Some games eventually inevitably get shut down due to financial burden. Some games try to like the devs try to keep it open as long as they can until like they physically just have to fucking close down the studio type shit. But yeah, games like Call of Duty, for instance, where like you're always gonna have a player base.
But
you're always gonna have.
But to interrupt you very slightly, then why are the remasters going as good as they did? Modern Warfare 2 remastered.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Hold on. That's what I'm getting.
Single player experiences.
So the only yeah, and it's not the old game; it's a remaster. So no matter what, that's going to generate new hype, even if it's the same garbage that they fed us before. Yeah, the whole financial burden thing, like not everyone's a AAA developer, and not everyone can afford to keep games
and here's
alive.
Your fix.
Let me throw one thing in real quick. This is 2 seconds.
I think I know what you're going to go to, and I will agree with it if it is what.
So here's your fix. If you don't want to run these things anymore, you don't want to have a financial burden, release the files for people to do it ourselves, bro. Like, let us do it.
Give us peer-to-peer.
The files. Like, if you drop the files to like an old...
Drop the files, Epstein.
Like Modern Warfare 2, for example, or Black Ops, old Black Ops games, right? Feel free to shut down the servers. But give us the files. Let people run their own private servers of these old games. Because
and that's what some people do, but
not many studios will do that. AAA studios will never do that shit.
No.
And the thing is,
well, there are other things that go along with giving people like files like that.
Because a lot of the stuff, the AAA titles and shit, they don't own half of the rights to half of this shit, so they can't release it to the public.
So give us what we can have, and without giving us too much, but enough to be able to play the fucking game.
Well, and that's another thing. A lot of it would probably expose the fact that they're just reusing the same shit. You know what I mean? Like, let's say they were like, "Oh yeah, we shut down it, but here's the servers," and then people dig into the files and then realize, wait, with these server files that they gave us, we can just tweak a little bit, and it's the same shit they're running the brand new Call of Duty on. Now you got like fucking, people that maybe can backdoor things and blah, 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 blah. And you got people finding out all sorts of shit.
They do that shit right now.
Yeah, but there's a difference between like serving it up on a platter and like, the very few intelligent people figuring that out that can, that's what they do.
Can I bring up a perfect example?
Please.
Go ahead.
You guys already know I've been playing backyard baseball a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They humongous sold the company a long time ago to, I don't even know who they were, to be perfectly honest with you, but they sold it off to another company, okay? And then what ended up happening was, I say it all the time. It's not what you know, it's who you know. You know what I mean? So the thing that ended up happening was the lovely podcast, not a sponsor, with Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce. Travis Kelce brought up the fact that he was like, I don't know whatever happened to backyard sports at all. Right? So then out of nowhere, they're making a new game. And that game came out like 95 or 96, I think.
It's funny, when you walked away, we were talking about the original, because we found out that they actually came sometimes on a free box of cereal.
Yeah, the original Backyard Baseball came in.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry, bro. I had to pee, man.
I know, you're good. I was thinking about it when you walked away. I'm like, oh, Chad would have loved it.
Yeah, I looked for Chad too, and I was like, oh, never mind, he's gone.
I knew you would have enjoyed that.
Sorry, boys. That was my bad. Then this thing is completely obsolete.
No, but what you're saying though is kind of to the point. So like, a game that was pretty much dead in the water, nobody talked about it anymore, was sold to another studio and they revived it. Like, and technically, why doesn't AAA games kind of do the same thing? Like, if you don't want to run your old games anymore, fine. You don't want to give it to us for free, whatever. Why can't you have a sub studio or somebody else and sell those old games to them and let them bring it back to us? Because they're not going to do it. Call of Duty ain't going to bring it back. You know what I mean? Halo, well, you know, I can't say anything about Halo because they keep remastering Halo 1 like 37 times at this point. But, you know, coming out soon for PlayStation.
And with Halo, it's one of those things like they actually have like all the games that you can't play, like Halo 1, you can't play online, Halo 2, you can play those games online on PC. Modders have like enabled online play for those games if you got to take a few steps, but realistically that's what, like, more games should at least make it accessible in that way. That a modding community
kind of what I was talking about. Allow people to do shit like that. Like, even if it's just on PC, like, let us do that. Because there's so many games that people want to continue playing these days that we can't play because these companies don't want to put any money into it.
I bought Titanfall 2 a couple months back, expecting to hop on there and fucking relive the good old days. I even went to the player count and stuff. I was like, oh, online player count says there's a couple thousand people on. I was like, okay, so like, yeah, I should still be able to find a game. I hopped on, no servers, can't play online at all. I was devastated. I love that game, so I love Titanfall. It's one of the best games. I
think we went to midnight release for that too, didn't we?
I think we did talk about Titanfall in an episode.
I think me and you went and bought Titanfall in a midnight release.
Absolutely. Because remember, I had so much success streaming the original Titanfall on 360 because everybody that streamed it at the time on Twitch was streaming on the one, and I specifically in the title put Titanfall Xbox 360 or some shit like that. And dude, I would average like 100 fucking viewers on Twitch, and it was crazy at the time. So like, obviously I was going crazy. I was gassed the fuck up, and I went for like a couple days straight because I was just like, I didn't want that to die down, which it did, obviously, because I wasn't consistent. And you know,
I was about to say, because we're shooting this podcast now, so clearly it must have.
It happens.
But
you live and you learn.
Anyway, boys, we're gonna have to probably wrap this up. It's been a while.
Yeah,
I had to go to bed about an hour ago. Actually.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I do want to say something though.
Please, you've been quiet the whole time.
We shouldn't be sad that the whole disc thing and is ending. Rest in peace, 2028 for PlayStation.
You shouldn't tell me I shouldn't
we
be
should
sad,
be glad that we actually
he's gay.
happened. You know what I mean?
Why should we be? Why?
We should be happy we're losing physical games?
No, we should be.
Honestly, this is this motherfucker's last strike, bro. This motherfucker gotta go, dog.
Go ahead, Tommy. Tell us. I want to hear.
We shouldn't be sad that it's gone, but we should be glad that we actually experienced it.
Okay.
I can get behind that. Absolutely. That is one of the most devastating things to me, is that my child will never experience a midnight release.
But your child won't know what a disc is.
No, my child will never have to fucking ask me, hey Dan, can you know why? Because when he makes his account, he's just gonna lie about his age and he's just gonna fucking buy it. You know what? That's also what physical games did. Some games shouldn't be digital for a reason. You know, Grand Theft Auto, there ain't no reason your 13-year-old kid should be fucking. Granted, guilty as charged. Been playing that shit since.
I was about to say, we would just tell our parents to walk in and buy it.
I'll put it to you this way: the GTA 5. I wasn't able to purchase GTA 5 when that came out.
Was I?
I'm pretty sure my dad had to buy that.
How many years ago was
16.
that?
I don't think I was 17 yet. It was 2013, I believe.
They do get those cool online sites for those like limited like release type of like physical copy games that usually they release digital, but like they come out with them physical.
Isn't that
like, a
limited run? It's
limited run, and then there's a few other ones actually. There's a couple other like brother sister ones for them.
I remember that. They're pretty cool. Yeah, they like make physical versions of digital only
games.
Yeah,
and they actually come out with like cool like collector's edition ones too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's the best part about it, and that's what sucks. That they're people are not going to experience that anymore.
Right. That's like I'm I'm a huge fan of fangamer.com. They get a lot of cool stuff for like games that are like indie ones and stuff, like a lot of merch and stuff. It's pretty neat.
Not a sponsor, but could be a sponsor.
I'm looking them up right now.
Bring them on the podcast. All right. But does anybody else have anything else to say before we wrap this one up?
B-Box.
B-Box as always, yes. Shut up, B-Box.
Thank you.
As always.
I have one last thing to say.
Please.
Thank you for sponsoring Muted by Accident.
Yeah, thanks, B-Box, for sponsoring physical games.
And thank you for watching this episode of Muted by Accident. Until next week, have a great fucking night.
All right, boys.